that we are truly all consciousness in human form. Like we are consciousness in the disguise of the human experience, the vessel, the flesh and bones, the personality, and the ego is completely changeable. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Career Union. So I want to read an email from a client of mine. We haven't met yet, but she's been binging the videos and she shares how she had a shift once she scheduled the session with me. And she's been really romanticizing herself, romanticizing her life, doing things that she loves doing. And she shares something after over a year, she hasn't even seen or heard from her mirror soul. And after these things that I mentioned, she ended up running into him. So it's going to be short and sweet, but I just wanted to also come on and let you know that one of the reasons why you guys are getting drained it has nothing to do with your mirror soul. It's because you haven't accepted the love. You haven't accepted that the end exists with the two of you, where you love each other. Because if you accepted that and you knew that that truly was done, and you remained faithful and committed to that, and you were consistent with yourself, then yes, there are going to be moments when you waver because that's normal. And yes, there are going to be moments when you're triggered because that's normal too. But you would remain committed because that's what being committed is. When you're in a relationship in the 3D, the relationship is solidified with your person. It's not always going to be rainbows, butterflies, unicorns. It's not always going to be perfect. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be disagreements. You want to realize that because when you're doing your inner work and you're focusing in on like being married and having the full devotion, full commitment, it's passionate, it's loving. You guys are holding hands, taking a walk, looking at each other and smiling. Whatever your end scene is. And that feels so like lovey-dovey and so perfect, right? But then when you have been consistent, which means loving yourself deeply, trusting in yourself, doing things that you enjoy doing, and this is the part that most people miss, and loving your person, not fearing your person, appreciating your person, like seeing the best in them. And if that's hard to do because your heart is hurting because of the circumstance or the things that happened, then you have to clear out this pain in your heart. And the best way to do that is through forgiveness. Forgiveness 100% of your person and forgiveness 100% of yourself for unintentionally projecting something onto your person. And handling your triggers in the loving way, the way I describe in for years of videos. Okay. Anyway, so then once your heart is cleared out and it doesn't hurt anymore, then it will be open and you can get that heart coherence. And then you'll be able to feel into and experience in your inner world and in your imagination the love. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this and I intend that it helps you. This is not the full union, but this is really beautiful movement after she shifted and started romanticizing herself and her life. And we're not talking about going into like this egotistical, narcissistic. It's not that. It's called becoming balanced within herself and trusting within herself. So before I read this, if you do love my content, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps my channel grow, and I really do truly appreciate you for that. And if you want me to be your coach to help you manifest anything related to your mirror soul, your true love, your specific person, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Go to my website, coreunion.com, book either a single session or a package. Most people prefer the package because it just saves you money. And if you end up doing a single session, then you pay the single session rate. It's that simple. After you do that on the website, then Olga will get back to you within the next day or two with my next available session. All right. So let me read this. And before I read this, sorry, um, the day before yesterday, I had a session with one of my clients that when we were done with the session, I literally had to go into meditation to put myself back in the session so I could write down the notes of the over the top, profound, and meaningful experiences that she's having now with her mirror soul. And what's so incredible is that at one point, she was in a coma. She had brain damage. She was extremely depressed. She was very sad. And just by truly and deeply being committed and consistent and following the inner work that I gave her, it has completely changed her life. It's completely changed the dynamic between her and her mirror soul. He's being consistent with her now. And so I'm gonna share that based off of the notes. I'll probably create that video in the next day or so. So look out for that too. Okay, so let me read this, and I intend that it inspires you. Hi, Kim. I have an update that I had to share. Since I booked a session with you, I felt a shift happening. I binged all of your videos and I started to address the avoidance that I have towards him and the feeling of being not ready for him. So I started to change up other things in my life. I registered with yoga class and I picked up other hobbies that I wanted to try and basically romanticizing my life again. To get rid of my own avoidance, I decided to go to our cafe that I haven't been to, avoiding it for the past year because I used to get so triggered when I would get close to it. I went there not in the intention of seeing him or anything, but to reflect, bless the bless the place, and forgive. I even placed my hand on his chair and I said, I love you and I'm ready for us. Yesterday, I had to go find a tailor to adjust my clothes. I dressed really cute and I thought to myself, too bad he's not going to see me of how pretty I look today. And I went about my day. As I was walking in the street, I kid you not, he showed up right there in front of me. He turned and came walking really fast and looked so happy to see me. I could have sworn he was coming towards me, but then an older woman showed up out of nowhere behind me and said, he's here to talk to me. And he came closer. And this was what was so interesting about this. Even though the older woman said, he's here for me, she said it was so awkward because he turned to me and he said, hello to you too. And he was facing me and not her. Anyway, I looked at him and told him, that's okay. And I waved goodbye. This is the first time in well over a year where we even saw each other. I still feel really confused, not believing what just happened and trying to use logic to make sense of it. But for that second where we looked at each other, it felt as if everything is okay. We're fine. We're smiling at each other again. And I felt genuinely happy. Can't wait for our session. And I appreciate you so much for everything you've given to me. And I appreciate you too. And I appreciate all of you too. And I'm very proud of you. I was looking at the comments section under a recent video, and I love how empowered so many of in my community have become. And you guys are so loving and so supportive of each other. This will become much easier for you when you really understand who you are, that we are truly all consciousness in human form. Like we are consciousness in the disguise of the human experience, the vessel, the flesh and bones, the personality, and the ego is completely changeable. You do that change and shift and transformation within yourself when you turn inward and you stay consistent and you dominantly trust in that. And then when you get tripped up, you don't let that determine, you don't let that dictate to you what you can have because the material world is changeable. Nothing is actually set in stone, no matter how final it feels. Everything is changeable and it does change when you change within. The transformation in your life, though, can only happen when it happens within you first, because your entire life, the people in your personal experience in life, in all areas of your life, are always reflecting back to you what you believe. So if you want to see a different reflection, you must change within and change your own belief, your quote unquote self concept. But your self concept isn't only loving yourself, it is also knowing that you are consciousness having the human experience and understanding how reality works. Stay focused, stay determined, stay consistent, stay loving yourself, romanticizing yourself and your life, because that is truly showing yourself love. Being gentle and kind and compassionate with yourself. When you're in a trigger, you turn to yourself, you give yourself love, comfort yourself, do a little revision with whatever triggered you, and then hand it over, surrender. I trust you. Thank you. I know that you're handling everything for me. Thank you for showing me how to be more like you. And how to be more like you means basically, let me be in alignment with you and trust knowing that this is already created, it's already done, and not to allow my limiting beliefs and my fears to control me anymore, not to let my past, my fears control me anymore, not to let my exes control me. Please affirm down below, I trust that I am the operant power of my reality and that anything and everything that I desire in all areas of my life are done, especially the love between me and my mirror soul. And obviously, if you need me, just reach out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.